jazz hands. I don't know why when I like used this and I put, I have like a little stand here, but when I used it and I uploaded it last time, it like went sideways. So I don't know. I just did a healing light language, so it's being uploaded right now. But when it got to the upload stage, it went sideways. Like the screen went like this. So I don't know what's going on. So not technical. But welcome to the new year, dear lighted ones. We are moving our energy into new vibrational planes of existence, new vibrational omnipresent energy. We're really, really excited about the omnipresent energy. The omnipresent energy is the God energy of the light begetting light, the light getting more light, the experience of who we are becoming as light. As each and every one of us start accessing more of our light, more of our soul memory, we start understanding that we're soul experiences. We've got infinite numbers of lifetimes that we're working with. You know, the aspects of us on the various planets, on the various realms, and the various experiences that we're choosing to take on. And all of those minutiae experiences within the spiral of now, harmonizing the divine masculine and feminine energies is now, it's like your DNA is being meshed and you're responsible for bringing, you know, all of that forward for healing, for that harmonization of new experience. But as we're doing that, so too are the grids, so too are the omnipresent energies of the field. The field is becoming higher vibrationally in light. The fields are becoming higher vibrationally impacted by our thought forms. We're allowing ourselves to become higher refined in our frequency of telepathy. And so that's going to allow that sacred, you know, more creational reality experience that you are absolutely enmeshed within this vibrational field, which is becoming more and more crystalline. You're going to have different experiences in nature. These are some of the symptoms and some of the effects of you becoming and honoring yourself and accepting yourself, acknowledging yourself as a higher vibrational being. And so just know that you're going to have those nature experiences, you're going to have animal experiences, because you're calling in that expression of spirit. You're calling in that aspect of you as spirit. And if you want to have more excited experiences with spirit, just call spirit in. We're constantly surrounded by spirit. We're guided by spirit. We're housed in spirit. Everything is spirit. And so if you want that entanglement and that participation, just call it in and be it, and live with that, knowing that you are absolutely 24/7 embodied with spirit. And so that holds a lot of great power for this coming year. It's just going to hold a lot of great change for our creative collective. Every single one of us is creating our own unique timeline. Every single one of us is creating our own unique reverberation field. And if you choose to book a session with me, I can show you how to operate at a maximum optimized space if you're wanting to do specific healing. Usually when we do healing sessions, it is intuitive. So I tune in with the guides that you come with at the time, because everybody's guides are changing now. We're at a pivotal point where we're shifting and moving in timelines. So there will be various aspects of movement that the earth will show you. People are going to be moved to different locations just so that they can touch those grids and they can be with different energies to have those activations. Your souls and your teams and your higher self, it's part of the soul blueprint that I love talking about. Your soul blueprint knows what is in alignment for you, is what's being activated within the codons of the DNA. Everything is divinely timed as to where you're at right now in the spiral of your ascension. How much of you moved through that density and healed those wounds? You've done that dark night of the soul shadow work. As you're doing that shadow work, you're creating more light. So it's equal, right? As you're moving through that minutia of those dense energies, those dense beliefs, you're calling in a new belief of who you are. That's the self-design. That's reclaiming your power as self, reclaiming yourself as a celestial, alien, galactic, angelic being of many universes, many planets, many experiences, and you're operating in a higher vibrational of integrated light. And so that's why we are manifesting our light body, the Christed light body. Has nothing to do with religion. We're becoming the essence in our acknowledgement, our acceptance, and our allowance that we are angelic light, we are celestial light, we are alien experiences creating on this beautiful diverse planet of Gaia, and she is being upgraded all the time. She's being upgraded in every moment that we're moving through collective ascension, where you're intending your day to be higher vibrational, you're intending your life to be higher vibrational, you're intending your body and your cells to harmonize and match and enmesh with higher vibrational information. So all of those intentions and all of those excitements to be and live higher vibrationally, you're calling in those experiences while your spirit guides and your higher self will align you with the people, the places, and the spirited, well, it's vibrational really, activations that you need for your chakra systems, for your multidimensionality. That's all encompassing in your soul's blueprint, because you're not going to only have one set of vibrations while you're on a soul journey. You just simply can't. We are evolving as a multiverse species, which therefore thus then, as our DNA is being activated, as these gifts of the Christ are being activated within you, you want those different activations so that you have those gifts and skills activated. If you're not being activated by higher vibrational light, you're staying in staunch and really stagnant energy, circumstances, or environments, then you're stagnating the soul in its growth, and those activations will be very hard to be found, because that energy within you wants that light. It wants to be activated in the gifts, wants to be activated in your cell memory, it wants to be activated in reminding yourself that you are celestial, reminding yourself that you are a beautiful, vast being of light, that you have new ideas and new inspirations for new earth, if you will. We're not going to continue perpetuating on old earth cycles. Every day we're being omnipresently enmeshed in new vibrational light. That's why we see the energies of our planet moving up and around so drastically. And so the Galactic Federations just wanted to come on and say that they are, as a part of, I'm a conduit and a speaker on behalf of the Galactic Federations. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you, Holy Ashtar. Because they are here to, obviously, as I am a conduit and a speaker on that behalf, an ambassador of the light and Galactic Federations, through evolving and ascending planets and ascending species, that we are here to support and activate and inspire higher vibrational living. And that means that it comes from within first. You have to choose as a free sovereign being within the multiverse. You will be supported within the multiverse as a free sovereign being, but you have to choose that first. That you're not giving your will and your power and your choice away or your voice away to lesser programs that want to dominate and fear tactics of your reality, but you can live as a sovereign being and you can manifest anything you so choose. So those vibrations are vibrational truths. Those are truths within the multiverse creation that you are existing within. Therefore, thus then the light field, the body, the embedding that you live within, it is also a body of light. Gaia is a body of light. She is a Gaia, an energy body. She is a consciousness. Her soul blueprint is the enmeshment of your evolving soul blueprint. And why it's very important that each and every one of you go within each and every day. If you so choose, it's always your free will. But then again, you're going to result in the circumstances and the consequences of not going within. You have an infinite alignment with spirit. You have an infinite alignment with your higher self that is always constantly challenging you to step within your highest degree of optimization as light, of optimization as your higher self, because you can't test who you are within this new allness of enmeshment of cosmic Gaia. Gaia is becoming more cosmic. Gaia is becoming more galactic-y, if you will, if you're not allowing yourself to be tested in the way that God is. As we said earlier, in most of our teachings and offerings, you're here to be the measurement, equal measurement of God, of spirit. God knows of you. God knows of your gifts. God knows of your talents, but you can't know of the talent. You can't access the talent or activate the talent unless you start practicing in higher vibrational ways. So we are here to support this. We are here to support and bathing those experiences and those energies that want to continue you in war and separation and false stories, so that you become continually dominated and feeding your energy into such old, outdated programs that are being pulled out from your systems of matrices, if you will. Therefore, the bedding of your experience every day is becoming different, because those threaded programs of fear and domination and lies, if you will, that have been told to the collective about what's really going on behind the screens, if you will, and those will have to face their equal karma for being leaders of such. And those will be, we are watching those very closely as the Galactic Federation, and we are going to help tempering those situations, as Joanna is a conduit on Earth. She is a first contact survivor, if you will, and an ambassador to bring temperament to very unrest situations. She can see the threading and she can see through situations and bring truth and clarity to the situations and bring greater light to the situations, because when there is greater light, there is greater temperament and there is greater peace and balance. Because you cannot have two at war with each other, which just creates more war. You have to rise above and be the light of the situation and create the common good. And so therefore, thus then, you will see in your new embedding of consciousness, your new embedding of light within your planet, within who you are as a planet, because each and every one of you are micro, macro, if you so choose. You're now the commander of who you are as light, if you so choose. We want to empower you to take that power, dear lighted ones. We want you to choose every day. I reclaim my power to be a body of light within greater bodies of light. We are empowering you to do so. What is holding you back? What is leaving you to surrender your will to another, to have another lead you? No, you are the leader of you. You are the commander of you. Your body is of light for you, of you, in you. You are spirit of all ways. So you can come up with higher resolve of these beautiful times of transition. And we are also here within the federations and the many councils of the systems of light and the many species of light that move about your planet in light ships and other forms of ways that we move about your planet, bringing peace and temperament, because we understand that many of you are feeling these great shifts, and there's that subtle subconscious experience within you that wants to break out into fear and reaction, which will only create more destruction and destroying of what is peace. You don't have to. You can simply create the tips and the tools that we have taught you to maintain your balance and your peace within who you are, and harmonize those scattered aspects of fear, those scattered aspects of soul fragmentation of your soul from the other timelines that you've had great fear of destroying and destruction and wars. For those are fears from those timelines where you've had disembodiment, you've had death, you've had the falling of things. But the more that you experience life is eternal, the more that you experience life is all, you release the fear. What is to fear? You're just going to change forms. You're just going to change packages. You're going to change beliefs. You're going to change religions. So what? Keep going. Can you see the evolution that is eternal? And you'll learn what you need to learn. The more that you learn, the more masterful you are. And just use that energy of experience as your wisdom. That's what experience is. Go slow. Slow your path down. Slow the healing process down. Call the various beings that each and every one of you have as celestial healers, and create that healing knowingness within yourself. You are a healer. You wouldn't come in a physical body, dear lighted ones. We tell you this right now. You wouldn't come in a physical body if you weren't able to heal it. It's an oxymoron. So you've created such transgressions for yourselves to show yourselves that you're just not that powerful. We're telling you that you are. You've been thought yourselves to believe so separate that God is outside of you, that God is somewhere different. God is, no, you are the God showing yourself what your reality looks like. Can you accept this? That's a mind-blowing fact for each and every one of you. God does not sit in a religion. Your God showing yourself to you. The eye of God is you, the grander version of you, the grander version of you that would never let you forget, that you always held safely. So what fears are you creating and manifesting for yourself? Work it out every day. Work it out. You're an infinite being. You're going to be here, there, everywhere. You're infinite. Let go. What are your beliefs about value and importance? Write that out. That should be key number one. What is truly important and valuing to you as a soul? Does your soul value you having stuff and things and various titles in your 3D experience? Is that what you do? Or are you concerned about the children that don't have homes or being trafficked for sex? What is it valuing for you? What do you see for your species? We're offering you these experiences because they're very real. You must think about these things because you affect the all. Your vibration affects the all. If you tell a deceitful lie, and if you choose a manipulation or a spell or a voodoo, it affects the all, dear lighted ones. Your energy affects the all. Your intentions affect the all. What are you intending? What are you directing? What are you focusing on? It affects the all. And therefore, thus then, there is enough awakened in your collective right now through which the omnipresent field that you sit within, the bedding that you sit within, is becoming greater light, which means that you have greater capacity to heal and to be that manifestation experience. If you are not aligned and if you're not balanced, you're going to experience the manifestation of imbalance. It's just the equal equation. It's not rocket science in that way. We're showing you, you're showing you, the God of you is showing you. This is what you're manifesting. Will you change now? Will you alter course now? Will you love now? Will you be forgiving now? Will you know that everything outside of you is you now? We can go on with the same experience over and over. You have a soul blueprint. Will you tap in now? Will you explore yourself as new now? Will you know that your planet is needing of your energy now? Will you know that you can connect with your planet in various ways and speak with spirit in infinite ways? That is your soul blueprint. Who said you only had one way of connecting with spirit? There's infinite ways to connect with spirit, dear lighted ones, and Joanna shows you every time she offers a video. There's infinite beings that speak through her in various ways. Right now, she's speaking for a greater collective of consciousness that is within the earth realm, which is in the nature realm, which is in the fairy and the elemental realm, which is in the biosphere of the elements that are trees and bushes and flowers and grasses, for we are highly experiential. And we are speaking from the experience of which these are trees and so forth, that feel the vibrations of negativity and we help transmute them for you. You never thought that we did that, but we do. For Gaia is a very, very highly, highly, highly intelligent being of consciousness. And if her trees want to transmute negativity, they will. And if the grasses in the forms of herbs want to help heal you, they will. For you didn't give her that credit, did you? You just like to buy her, to get the resources from her and rape her and pillage her. And Joanna has been a divine feminine experience that has shown you how may we stop and think and be mindful and be honoring. For divine feminine has a great voice. The Holy Mother is within all things. Who said she wasn't? Where did you have stories that erased her from your existence? And what happens when you erase the divine feminine from existence? And you've seen that right before you. It ends up in nothing but wars and silly elegance. The divine feminine offers great vibrations of healing and intuitiveness and nurturance for your whole entire planet. Joanna can offer healing rains to any part of your planet that is parched, and she works with us. Joanna works with us in the rains and how we alchemize together and we feed the energies from one another. There are energies from all over the planet right now that are feeding into her elemental wisdoms, for she understands how to communicate with nature. She understands how to bring nourishing rains to those places that need nourishing rains. There's infinite beings that work with her, dear lighted ones. Who said there weren't? And whoever may project into this limitation of this vessel before you, in this video that you see, those are your own projections of limitation. And she challenges you to trigger what is within you so that you can clear your karma and know that all is one. Intelligence is intelligence, dear lighted ones, and that is light. And light exists in all things. And there are those before you that are brought forward in the divine programs of the Holy Mother and the Holy Father to inspire and activate you to higher vibrational ways of being. We don't care if you believe it or not. It just is. Believe it in whatever way you want to or not. It just is. The more you resist, the more you will resist. You get to choose. But that will not change the destiny of those before you that are meant to walk before you. None have say over that, dear lighted ones, so get over it. This is the new way. We are here to support higher intelligent life, period. And if you want to resist it, and you want to poke fun, if you want to impale, and if you want to do all negative things, that will be equally upon your own path. Know that. This is just how it is, dear lighted ones. We are and we will support higher intelligent life because it's time you come out of the war zone. It's time you come out of disease and illness. It's time you come out of seeing yourself as less than and treating your bodies as if they're vessels to sell and to trade and bid. Who gives you such credit? You are blessed with such a beautiful experience that is the Holy Christ. And how you treat it has been absolutely in separation and degradation because you've held beliefs that are not true. So get to those beliefs. We keep going around in the same circle, dear lighted ones. Who are you? Are you a version of God, yes or no? Is God on the outside of anything showing you who you are, yes or no? Are you connected with the vibrations of Earth, yes or no? You were born here. You chose to be born here. You chose your contract here. You chose your soul blueprint here. Are you connected to Earth, yes or no? Do you have access to communicate with Spirit in every way and any way, yes or no? Do you know that you have lifetimes on other planets and other realms, and you hold various aspects of degrees of ownership of yourself, yes or no? Forgetfulness of yourself, yes or no? Do you have the alchemy experience right now to call in the integration of oneness, yes or no? Can you alchemize what is before you, yes or no? Can you take everything before you as a lesson and a soul deed that you want to be more of who you are, that you want to soak within the soup of who you are, that it's always growing and expanding, yes or no? You get to choose, dear lighted ones, but we will not. And we say this with great fervor. We will not allow the innocent ones to be harmed and injured any further. Your ignorance is not our choice. That is your choice. And there will be temperament, and there will be helping in the healing of situations that continue, that want to war against each other, for it's not necessary, and we've told you that for years. You must allow yourself to look at yourself as an intelligent being that can transcend war and arms races and trafficking of the innocent children that are spiritual souls. And how could that have ever been okay? Look at the wounding within it all, dear lighted ones. We are here to activate and to empower and inspire higher vibrational living. Can you see of the human issues now that you can transcend it, yes or no? You created it, you will transcend it. And we are here to help. There's no longer pushing it under the carpet or behind closed doors or in secret rooms with secret robes. It's not healing anything, is it? Which one of your leaders have spoken about healing of the people? Which one of your leaders? Which one of your leaders have said, these are the amounts of lives that have been changed and altered, and the souls and the karmas and the blueprints, and forever the ripple of creation ever changed because of the lives taken through ignorance and arrogance to push buttons and pull triggers. Absolutely 100% unnecessary. And we have told you that right from day one. And will you listen with the conduits that are before you that speak the grace of spirit, the grace of the higher heavens, that there is a plan for Gaia, there is a plan for humanity. And will you listen to that, or will you continue to target and put your human testing at will? Because each and every one of you that will do so will return that karma, and we will allow you to face it. For none of you had the right to damage this one before you. None of you had any right. But you took that within yourselves to say, she is different and she is unique, and we shall take it upon ourselves to make sure she feels isolated and less than and broke. And you wanted to keep breaking her and keep breaking her. And she keeps moving back forward, and she keeps moving back forward. Why? Because it is her destiny. It is her will to be here. And nobody shall take that will. Thy will of God, thy will be done. These are simple truths, dear lighted ones. They're very simple. Negate it and resist it and try to break it all you want. That is your own ignorance. So sit with it. You choose ignorance, sit with it and claim it. And then if you so choose, you can choose a belief to change it. But none will wear your ignorance. None will wear your ability to separate yourself from others and want others to hate others. Sit in your hate. It won't become anything more until you change it and you look within and say, maybe I can love myself. For maybe that aspect of what is being shown before me and that aspect of trigger that is before me is just a version of myself to soften into. Maybe I'm being shown other ways to know that there is a win-win, and no matter what, I can come forward in my truth and my destiny, for I will not go away. The voice of Joanna is now. I will not go away. It is my destiny. I will be wherever I want to be. That is my destiny. That is my right. Who has right over my body and my will? None do. You are challenged by me because I speak a truth behind the closed doors I see. And you are afraid, and you have me on your little lists to pull me into your programs and your experiences, to sway me and your programs and your agendas. And that will not be, dear lighted ones. For I arise into the higher programs of the universes that I serve, and they serve as a unified experience of one. And I will never waver from that, dear lighted ones, and try your manipulation and your spells and your voodoos all you want, and your little monitoring spirits all you want, and send in those little recruits and your little clones and your little drones all you want. And I have shown you time and time again, dear lighted ones, my voice is, my truth is. And if that scares you, then heal your fears, because I'm not going anywhere. This is my planet, and I adore her. I have been here many times, and I am a master. Get used to it. This is the new funny space that we are in, dear lighted ones. Will you manifest in goodwill? Will you sit with me, or will you continue to resist and break? Because it is your path that you are putting those pillars in front of that you will have to break. For she has her right to be here. We speak from the highest of the heavens. None have any right to take anybody's life. Only the highest of the highest soul has aspects of the soul's blueprint on what is going on, what lessons are being learned, and what lessons are being heeded. None upon your earth have any right to take a life. None. These are the rules of one. These are the laws of one, and they're very simple and they're very clear. They're not confusing at all. And you will release many of your laws and many of your rules, and your courts will be very simple and they will be very clear. Why? Because they will be aligned with spirit. That's how it is, dear lighted ones. When you align with spirit, it's very simple, it's very clear. You move the congestion from your systems and your bodies and your cells, and you become more healthy and youthful, and you will live a very long time. These are universal truths, and everyone has their right to tap into who they are as a universal truth, with spirit, with God, with the higher self. And everybody has that right to speak it and explore it, express it, and experience it in unique ways. None have right over it. None will ever have right over it. And that, my dear friends, is a universal truth. And it will be continued to be spoken. That is the law. It's multiversal. You have a destiny within who you are. None have power over that. Claim your energy. Claim your right to your vibration. Hold your chakras as sacred. Hold your vessel as sacred. None will be sold and traded. Every life on this planet is sacred, period. All life on this planet is sacred, period. There is intelligence within the nature forms, period. And she is very highly intelligent, and she will help heal you if you so desire to tap in and tune in with grace and elegance and respect and honor and reverence. For who and any one of you have ever thought and ever told and ever believed that a divine feminine shall not be held in reverence? How is that okay as a balanced equation? That which breaths you and that which births you, how is that okay? I want you to ask yourselves this. How has the divine feminine erased from your equation of creation? How has that been okay? And what have you made of yourselves? The divine mother is the sacred aspect of all creation, dear lighted ones. How have you erased her? She will be a part of this creational story, and through the vessels that are before you will speak that. For the divine feminine loves you so very much, and every child is cared for and matters. Divine Mother knows each and every one of your names. Divine Mother knows each and every one of your soul's experiences. The Divine Mother loves you so deeply. You are here to be the Divine Mother of yourself and the Divine Father of yourself. Equal opportunity and equal fairness of justice and reserve and reverence. These are the truths that are just simply multiversal. And if it is not in truth and it is not in balance, then you will see what is seen unfolding. Little children being trafficked and sold. How dare you, they are sacred. Enslaved, to be human tested upon and be protracted from and harvested and siphoned through the human testing. How is that okay, dear lighted ones? Take a look at it. How is that okay? Programs for chips inside your brain. How is that okay when you are all essence of God? Every part of you, every cell, every organ, every tissue is an essence of God. How is that okay? Do you not trust yourself to elevate to the highest intelligence? You need a chip inside your brain. Do you not trust that? Do you not trust yourself as spirit? We show you those before you in the vessels before you that are spirit. We show you the higher intelligence before you. And you keep testing and testing and testing. Well, so then you will be tested. And you will sit with your karma, and you will sit with your stories of testing those that sit before you of higher vibration. Each and every one of you are at a different vibration. Can you honor this? Can you accept it? Can you respect it? Each and every one of you have a unique pacing to integrate your light, to integrate your soul allness. Joanna loves her soul. She integrates all of it. She loves to be various aspects of her soul. She's excited to speak through all aspects of nature, all aspects of science, all aspects of who she is as spirit, because she understands God is in it all. That's her free will, and that's her destiny, and none shall squash her. And we will go to the ends of every earth and every planet. The legions will back her, and the legions will support her and surround her. This is the excitement of new life, delighted ones, and these are the truths of new realities. Now, will you get excited, and will you be one in this? Will you lift up, delighted ones? Will you shake off the limitation and the hate and the resistance to who you are as light? It's your choice. You get to choose this path. Will it be exciting? Will it be lively? Will it be caring for one another? Will it be omnipresent? Will you understand that you are aligned with all things and all aspects of life? Do you know that you can heal yourself? Yes or no? Do you know that you can transcend beyond hate? Yes or no? Do you know that you can heal that deep wound within you that wants to hate another? Yes or no? It's all you, delighted ones. Joanna is showing you a version of you, delighted ones. And we will not let her be in demise. She is precious to our multiverse. And we will send infinite number of voices through her if we will. That it won't go away. She has her right to be here, and she will walk among all peoples. And she will shift the energy on this planet as she has always done, in the various bodies and the various experiences she has been. And there's not one person, delighted ones, we say this to you quite accurately and quite with truth, because many of you have already found out. Those that you try to do birth chart searches on her, there will be misreadings and there will be misguilings on it, because we choose to. You do not respect her, therefore you do not deserve to have that knowledge of her. So you will always get misreadings, you will always get misguidance, because you're not aligned with your higher self, period. We've had to tell it to you quite blankly, because you haven't heard the calm and patient wonderings and ponderings and the infinite unconditional teachings Joanna has offered you so kindly, because she is so very sweet as a soul. But we are saying this from the heavens and from all that she walks with. We have access to what is given and what is not given, period. And there will be those souls that will be protected, because you haven't looked upon them with respect. You have unintegrous experiences and intentions, and we see everything behind closed doors. You either respect or you don't. And that is a part of you. You either respect yourself or you don't. We will transcend 3D, period. We are transcending 3D, period. Doesn't that feel good, delighted ones? Do you know that you have a pocket full of protectors and legions that will honor you? Because she honors all that is. She bows in reverence. And therefore she will be protected, her charts. And we're going to keep shifting and changing. And we'll be 1,000 steps ahead because we are light and we can and we will. We don't choose to play this game. And we won't. We are telling you the truths and the facts. Put down your sticks and just simply ascend. Put down your sticks and allow yourselves to be loved. Put down your sticks and allow yourself to love. Can it be that simple? Can it be? We've been so patient and so very kind and so very tolerant. We've said things in an infinite number of ways and it comes back to one. Everything in creation is one. It is of all creation. It is of God. Call it what you will. And you can try different packages and different classes and call it a religion and call it a separation. And you can discriminate from one religion to another if you so choose. But you are just discriminating against you. It's all you. It's the God of you showing you. We keep saying the same thing, delighted ones, and we will keep saying the same thing. Because there are vibrations of uniqueness, and every time we say it, it changes every time we say it. In an infinite number of ways, we can say the same thing. You are one, delighted ones. And conduits can speak an infinite number of languages in whatever way you need to hear it. You are one, delighted ones. You are one. You are a family of one, delighted ones. Can you breathe and soften? Feel the grounding of your chakras, feel the grounding of your energy, feel the grounding of your energy, feel the grounding of your energy. When you are aligned with your higher self, it is pure and simple. And it is powerful and it is true. Can you soften and just harmonize in the playfulness that everything is all, that everything is all, that everything is all, that everything is all, that everything is all? Can you do that? Can you open to the all? Can you open to the integration of the all? We're here to inspire you to live higher vibrationally. And through those challenges of your separation and the push and the pull, you can see it's all one. It's just allowing you a more expanded perspective. Why not be expanded? Well, if you want to be stuck in a jar of seeing nothing and only one thing, then so choose it, but don't force it on another. You have no right to force it on another. Just because you're sitting in a sad place, so be in your sad place. But you not interfere with another, because it will come back and it will bounce you, and it will show you, and it will face you. That's what you're choosing. You chose that. So own it. That's your power. Own what you just chose, and then choose to change it if you so will. That's creational reality. You have an infinite number of choices. Choose what makes you excited. Choose what makes you feel good and happy. Choose what makes you feel aligned and loved as you give love to others. Don't expect someone to love you unconditionally when you're not loving yourself unconditionally. If you want to hold your body high, hold your body high, and you will have others that will match that. It's just simple mechanics, delighted ones. And we can say it in an infinite number of ways. What species shall we speak from? What species? I can speak in any species. Those are the creational laws and energies. We are one. Everything is one, delighted ones. We are one. It is one, delighted ones. We are one. Take down the borders. Take down the rules. The obligations. Can you hold yourself as one? Do you know that you are one? Can you hold yourself as divine feminine and divine masculine, and you want infinite aspects of experience? That you wanted the experience because you want to grow. You want to be something new. You want to be a master of energy. You want to be a master of creational experience. That is what is. There's many infinite planets you don't even know about. And you absolutely want to visit there. There's much to explore here on this beautiful planet. That was a part of your soul's blueprint. You wanted to grow in the exploration of remembering yourself as spirit in human form. And to harmonize that human form as spirit. to speak as spirit, to live as spirit, to harmonize as spirit, because you wanted your energy and your vibration and your offerings to be a unique experience upon this earth for generations to come, that will have seen the challenges and the courage that it takes to stand up and say, enough is enough, let's be one. A true leader is not a leader that takes out and separates and discriminates and creates war and damage and pain and suffering and power over others. That's not power. It is the least powerful person in any room if they talk about wars and raping and taking of resources and hiding. If you are hiding, you are not powerful. Own who you are. Come forward. What is there to hide? A powerful leader is one that does not hide. Transparency, dear lighted ones. Include, dear lighted ones. All is inclusive. That is a powerful leader. If you are a leader, then you will see that all of your energies before you and all of the people before you have equal opportunity to add value. That is a powerful leader. So lead in that way, dear lighted ones. Lead in that way, dear planet Earth. True powerful leaders will bring the people together, not separate and harm. They will not traffic and sell for their own selfish gluttonous experience of feeling important, but it's a false sense of importance, because your money means nothing in the spiritual realm, for you have done nothing with your money. And Joanna is powerful and courageous enough to say those things that need to be said, because it's before your very eyes and it's been blatant for many years, many years. And you've ignored what is before you. That can't be ignored anymore. It must be faced. Can you be peaceful, dear lighted ones, with your diversity? Yes or no? Because your diversity is you. Can you be peaceful and powerful to bring in and include all essences of life? Because it is you. Can you ask more of your leaders to be altruistic? Because it is you. None have the right to harm or hurt or kill anybody, trade, bid, or sell, or sacrifice. None have that right. Every consciousness to every body belongs to itself. Thy will be done. That is a universal truth. Reclaim it if you so choose. And if you don't choose, then you will be dominated by another. That's the game. Or not. What are you vibrating at? What are the stories that need to be healed? Domination, fear, control, enslavement, power over others. What's your wound? Heal it. That's power. That is courageousness. These times are changing, dear lighted ones, and 3D leaders of taking people over and taking lands over and taking things and resources and scheming and scamming and plotting and agendas. Those times are done. You're higher intelligent in your intentions from the heart space. Therefore, we're here to activate you into such, if you so choose. But there will be no longer of such wars. There simply won't. The people desire and ache for peace, and it will be. As those deserve their destiny to walk forward and explore and express themselves as spirits, so they will choose, and it will be. For that is the law. Right use of free will and non-interference. Don't interfere with anyone's path. Allow the unfolding of God within each and every one of you. Outside and beyond, as well as within, practicing whatever you want to practice as a prayer or a belief. But know there is infinite aspects of Source to explore and express and experience. It is infinite, dear lighted ones. This is what creation is. No more boundaries and no more walls. Love is love, and it will bend and it will move around, and it will shape-shift its way, because that's what light does. Through the intention of the greater will of the plan of the Mother and the Father for the evolution of all species on this beautiful planet. And she will not be bought and sold. She is a divine being, and she speaks through those that have great reverence. She speaks through the ancestors that understand the sounds and the harmonies of earth and the cycles of time and growth, and how that serves each and every one of you if you so choose to see the benefit of cycles. How the cycles of all times and all evolutions and all bodies and all experiences, dark and light, serve you. Can you harmonize that as a one? That is a true powerful being. Can accept all aspects and come with a win-win. That is a powerful leader, dear lighted ones. Can your leaders be speaking of altruism and make their own speeches? You know that's a powerful leader when they make their own speech. They need none to write for them, for their voice and their speech is. None write their speeches. None write the speeches for the conduits. They are their own voice. They are their own speech. They are their own words. They are their own vibration. They speak on many planets at the very same time right now. Can you see things in a more infinite way, dear lighted ones, an expanded way, dear lighted ones, that your voice matters to your health, your voice matters to the cells, your voice matters to the trees, your voice matters to the children that look up to you, to see you act and behave in oneness? Or do you hide things behind closed doors? Everything you do tells a story, and it can be read. And no amount of human testing is going to take that God essence out of them. Because there will be those that will tell stories that will outlast any and all generations, because it must. There has been so much erasing and misguiding and suppressing. And it's time to bring it forward, and it's time to talk about it. It's time to be okay with everything being all. All is all. Allow the explorations of all paths to be as it is. Simply don't interfere with another. Create the balance within yourself, which will create balance within all that is. If you are not in balance, all that is not in balance. These are laws, dear lighted ones. They are the mechanics of energy. You work with it or against it. It will show you either way. It's entirely up to you. But there are those that do have their destiny and their free will, and we will protect that. Period. There will be no overpowering and dominating and enslaving and bidding and handling. Life is sacred, dear lighted ones, and that is a universal truth. And so it is. Ai Shimamaka, Ashe Shimamaka. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Oh, that feels so good. Thank you, Holy Spirit. We honor you in these beautiful experiences of New Earth. Just really profound changes of New Earth, and these all beautiful transmuting alchemy energies. Because each and every one of us are on a different vibration of timeline. Because remember, everybody's blueprint is different, and that blueprint of the spiral of now is going to call in whatever is needed to activate the codons, to activate new memories, to activate new gifts, new skills, new experiences of who you are as spirit wanting to explore itself and express itself in new ways. And therefore, it's going to allow you to move about the planet, because those aspects of Earth need to be activated in different ways. So, hello, my beautiful star. Miss Mooney. Hello, gorgeous. And so there's lots of celestial vibrations I've been feeling the last couple of days. So the celestials and our cosmic teams are making themselves very present just because of this brand new year and the new energies. We want to bring peace and temperament to places that are held in unrest, because they're sitting within the woundings of how the wars get created, of how the energies and belief systems, of all the lives that are lost unnecessarily. And those are for each and every one of us. That's the inner work that everyone does. You know, why is the loss of life necessary? And what can you do to be a part of positive power, empowering and change? And be that voice that stands in courage, that stands in not in protest, but in positive transcension. As the Galactic Federation said, we're here to inspire and support higher vibrational living. And so in every day, even if you just intend that, I intend higher vibrational living. I intend to see everything as one and to integrate everything as one, and integrate those aspects that were, allowing us to see the unnecessariness of it. And that is an awakening in and of itself. There doesn't have to be what we see occurring. You know, my education and my celestial offerings and my ascension offerings will be taught in schools as an everyday class for those that so desire to learn about cosmic oneness, universal oneness. It has nothing to do with the religions. It has to do with who we are as celestial beings, and activating at the youngest of ages these children that have beautiful divine soul blueprints to bring their intelligences forward for higher vibrational living, communion, interaction with higher vibrational thought forms, inventions and inventiveness that is kind of transcending the ideas of AI, because we don't necessarily, it can be a part, and it can be a part of our experience, but it doesn't have to be the part. It doesn't have to be anything more than a tool, because we are the God aspects. We are all we need. Our DNA has infinite gifts. Our chakras have infinite gifts. And it's just a matter of learning how to operate and to enhance, and learning how to work with who we are as higher vibrational beings. And that's what my role is on the planet, in whatever ways that the Mother and the Father move me and negotiate and navigate with me, because I'm here as the multiverse ambassador. I'm working on behalf of many planets, on behalf of many universes and many federations. So it's a bigger role that I play, and my light and my energies and my codes and my information is meant to hit and touch as many fields as possible. And so we will be seeing and imagine and dream, as we said in our Ascension class yesterday. We took it quite far. Our Ascension class was like way out there, because what we thought Ascension was might not be what we think it is. As far as those of us that have been awake for a while, we've had a singular thought, if you will, about what Ascension might look like, as far as the event, if you will. But it might be various different things. And so when I was shown a glimpse to the potentials or the opportunities that Ascension can be, there's infinite growth that we have. And because those of us that have access to multiverse experiences, I am, and most people are, but they're just not aware of it because they're not attuned to understanding what it feels like to split your consciousness. As we get more higher vibrational, we understand how to split our consciousness, like bilocate, stream in the energies of different universes or different planets, or the access points of who you are, like the acupressure. I don't know if I have a copy of it. My acupressure chart, the various acupressure points on your body. Everything is symbolic to how we access the acupressure points of the higher soul self, of those aspects of us that we're in our soul connection with, our soul collaboration, the aspects of us, the higher versions of us, the Merkaba of us, the dodecahedron of us. And they're constantly overlaying our physical aspects when we've gone through and integrated those denser aspects. But what they allow us to do is to think and ponder what I used to think was Ascension, and just Gaia going through an Ascension is something completely and totally different now. And my mind was kind of blown as to what a potential might be. They gave me a glimpse. And I was just like, wow, obviously wouldn't have considered that, because, I'm not God in that way. The divine plan that the Father has for, the infinite aspects of life. And it was just like, oh my God, that just added a whole new array of, what the hell? That just gave me a whole new 10 years worth of teaching that I could do on that, because it just opened a whole box of potentials that I didn't even consider. Nobody's ever talked about what I was shown in the Ascension experience. And so it's like, wow, okay, well, we can, I guess, go that way. God is just saying there's infinite possibilities of the expansion of the universe that God is a part of, that is the multiverse. Because we have to understand that as our planet is ascending, she has her equal partner in ascension. So Gaia has a brother, equal opportunity planet that is ascending as well. And so what we've talked about as the two suns and the two moons and all of those experiences, those are the aspects of the two partners of planets that are ascending. Because as we say, it's just like, cellular mitosis and those reproductions, the regenerations of the cells. It's no different in the micro macro of the planets. So I'm going to be doing a lot of investigating this year, and I'm going to be doing a lot of channeling and a lot of tapping into, because I'm really excited about healing the body with liquid light, healing the body with the various aspects of our intention and our will with spirit as spirit, which is the micro macro of the evolution of the planet. So there was a lot of things that I've been coming up with and pondering, all these downloads that are in my field from these expansive, changes that I've been going through, that overlay that I've been set with as the Christ body of light that I've been activated with, allows me to tap into different languages, different concepts of the ascension of what we never even considered. Gaia has an equal opportunity of a planet that is also ascending. And it might be in another universe, it might be in this universe, but why did we think that it was just Gaia going through ascension? We're connected with infinite planets, and I've connected with other aspects of me on the other planets that are also ascending. But how I thought of ascension, because we've just stayed with that one idea of Gaia ascending and it's going to be a 3D event and this is how it's going to look. But what if it was something different? What if it was something more than we ever thought? What if it's something so profound that when you understand that you're a multiverse being, that ascension is always infinite with the planets that you exist within and on. And so when you're going through your daily experience, start opening up to the multiverse experience that you are. And I just loaded a multiverse activation in light language and the alignment of the chakras, and I just loaded it. It's about 30 minutes long. I don't know if it was sideways, so you're going to have to turn your device sideways, or you can just like close your eyes and just meditate to it, because it's a meditation. I don't know why the screen went sideways. I don't know why that happened, but That's a good activation in light language. The light language that I was speaking was the light language that I was speaking was from the multiverse perspective. So there's lots of energies in there from the beings and from the consciousness and from the energies that I've been working with. And of course, the Galactic Federation are always with me, because Galactic Federation and God, Mother, Father know what, there's a lot of mother energy in there, because the mother wants to come through and soothe the bodies that are going through, fear, or challenged with ascension, because the normal consciousness experience is that when you know your environment is changing, you just don't know how. Like animals, when animals are moving because they know, how animals react on land when there's an earthquake coming or when there's a tsunami. Animals can detect that. The subconscious of who you are can detect that things are changing. And because there's been zero teachings and there's been zero offerings in all of our education systems, of all of our dogma about what ascension is really about, our bodies are not being prepared, our bodies are not being entrained. And of course, none of the leaders in our political world are aligned or talking about these changes of Earth. And a smart leader in the 3D political world would be smart to call in light workers for the integration of higher vibrational teachings and intelligences, so that the people can be higher attuned and higher aware of the changes and the transformations we're going through. Because everybody will have soul fragments they have to heal. Everybody will be going through their dark nights of the soul, which really brings a lot of emotions from the lower vibrational energy, multidimensional experiences that we are. And if you're not taught how to manage your energy, if you're not taught how to manage your emotions, if you're not taught how to allow it to move through you and to manifest in a loving and positive way, if you're not taught how to reintegrate and harmonize your soul fragments into a higher experience of you, and you're not allowing yourself to believe yourself as a multiverse aspect, it can cause a lot of confusions and psyche breaks, because people are remaining in those lower vibrational stories of where their psyche can only integrate. Again, integration of the light is so important. So if we're not integrating the light and we're not seeing ourselves and activating and inspiring ourselves to be higher vibrational, there will be more and more and more mental imbalances, and the psyche will show itself, right? The psyche will show itself as breaking, because it's not you as the commander not harmonizing it into something bigger and grander. Just like as they showed me that one experience in my perspective, about what ascension was. I thought ascension was like one experience, and then Spirit said, well, why would it be? Why would it? There's infinite planets that are within the multiverse, the triad, right? Like the triad. Where is it? Just give this to you an example. These are aspects of you on the different planets. And, there's a few of them within the triad of the multiverse that's going through ascension. Right? One universe is higher, one universe is lower, and one universe is in between. So we are in every moment harmonizing those energies. And if you're attuned enough, like I am, I can feel energies that don't feel like the universe that I'm used to. They're very, very dense. And those are hard for me to be in. And they make me feel frustrated and confused, because they're so dense. But it's a part of my integration to be a master of, because I'm a conduit. I know how to work energy. But God always assures me, right? I have very specified teams that help me work with what I work with, because I move in and out of realms and dimensions and timelines. And it's something very few people would understand, very few people would get. Timeline jumping and soul alignments, those are very specific ascension experiences that have to do with the consciousness and the psyche. And my work with God, my work with the Galactic Federations and the Heavenly Councils, with the creators, there's things that I do that I don't even have words for. And there's a lot that I do in the spirit realm. When I wake up every morning, my reality is different. So I work with very specialized teams that are very, very on top of things, on what they let me see, what I can see, what I'm veiling into, because I'm a human just still living in a physical experience, and I have to be able to continue that, because there's aspects of life that I have to constantly harmonize, 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 bring it into a collective story, because my role is to see various aspects of that dodecahedron of what ascension is, bring it to a fairly basic story of energy, and so that people can be activated. Because I am a Christ consciousness, I offer the Christ consciousness codes. Being a Christ consciousness conduit, I'm also the threader and the harmonizer of that multiverse. God knows, God and I know what we're doing. We work in the multiverse. But there are those universe experiences that have been very dense, that have, I talk with God all the time. I don't like this experience, God. But you do it. Like, there's some parts of your job you like, and there's some parts of your job you don't like. Right? Like, if you have a boutique, part of your job about owning a boutique is having your toilets cleaned in the back room and the microwave cleaned when people aren't cleaning it and people don't care. So it's part of your job. So that's part of the job that I experience, because I understand that all is one, and those lower vibrational universes have to be sewn in. So that's what a conduit does. I sew with my energy fields. I sew all that I am. I sew because I'm a vessel of replication for the 12th dimensional creators for new life fields. I'm a template. I'm a code. I'm an interfacing. I work with energy quite intuitively. I don't wake up at the day and I say, okay, I'm going to work with these energies. I don't do that. I just work with energies, because if I feel a dense energy pocket, I stream it and I infuse Christ consciousness, because I know I'm working within the multiverse. And it's not a every moment thing, because I would be exhausted. I wouldn't be able to survive as a physical being. God and my teams know what I need, because it's so vast and it's so complex. You can't put what I'm talking about into words. The soul blueprint of what I'm creating on different realms in different ways, and I'm preparing for the futures. What I create right now is for the futures. What I create right now is for the other realms, for the other dimensions, for the other planets, for the universes. So there's things going on in the spiritual realm that come to the physical realm in the physical body, because I still have to be in physical body. I can't take on the higher capacity energies of those light downloads, those light packets of information, because my body is walking on this earth just inserting those codes, just like as Jesus did. There's some aspects of my experience that is just walking as Jesus, infusing codes into the grids, infusing codes of those that I walk with, activating those that I walk with, because God and the teams and the higher selves, if people are aligned with their higher selves, those will be before me that meant to be before me. It can't be forced. It can't be manipulated or spell cast or any kind of thing like that. Spirit will block it. Ancestors will block it, because I'm meant to touch those that are meant to be activated. I'm meant to touch the ground where I'm meant to touch the ground. I'm meant to recode where I'm meant to recode. I know that. I get that. It's who I am as a conduit. I know that I have that energy. That's what I do. I'm a walking infusion of light, as the Galactic Federation said. We are here to inspire and activate you to be and live higher vibrational. When you know that you're higher vibrational, you're living in that energy of moment, then you are changing all creation. And how could you feel less than? How could you feel like anybody has power over your life? You don't know. I alter all creation. I know I do. Nobody has say over you. Nobody's going to put a voodoo spell on you and take your life away, or make you forget things and make you forget who you are. No, I'm godly. I've trained with the creators for many lifetimes. Each of us has those aspects where we have to break. It's called a forgetful membrane. That forgetful membrane kind of sits over you as a cell. Everybody has it, and your forgetful membrane is coded. And every time you go through a new cycle of ascension, that forgetful membrane or remembrance membrane is transmuted. If you so choose, you have to do that transmuting by owning and honoring yourself, accepting yourself, claiming yourself, giving that godliness back to yourself, as God showed me yesterday in my class. Your aspect and your thoughts and your beliefs that were once told you have been very thick, staunch imprints on your planet and in your cellular memory that aren't necessarily true about what God is. So each and every one of us have our free will to break that, if you so choose. We've seen and thought of God as something outside of us, because in our very first physical experience, we view ourselves from the interpretation of self to things outside of us. And then it begins this experience of, well, how am I to my environment? Who am I? Who am I? What do I exist in? What exists within me? But we weren't supposed to take that to verbatim and put it in a competitive experience or not enough experience, which a lot of dogmas do, through discrimination and separation, then through the discrimination and subjugation of the divine feminine. No, everything is all oneness. When you start living with that integration of loving oneness and loving acceptance and allness and allness and allness, you see everything outside of you start to change, because the codes of everything outside of you is changing. As I said earlier, the omnipresent field in the bedding is changing. There's more light in the bedding right now. So if you wanted to do healing sessions in your home and set up a healing corner, you can actually infuse healing energy in your corner of your space and have that a healing corner where as soon as you walk into it, you're healed. The power that we have right now to live in omnipresence is undeniably profound, and it's changing everything. We see every day that we wake up, there's more and more corruption from every aspect of every genre of our experiences are being pulled up and faced. The entertainment has been so corrupt. Political business has been so corrupt. Judicial business has been so corrupt. The innocent haven't had a voice on this planet. And why everybody has had an opportunity to be victor and victim. We have to have that because that allows us to what? To experience oneness. We have to know how to negotiate. Living with nothing, living in homelessness, living in struggling, living in suffering, living in pain. We wanted the minutia of all energies and all emotions. Why? Because we're God. And so that theory of is God outside of you, God is all aspects of life that you're creating in the integration of you creating you. Does that make sense? Say that with a different tone. Say that with a different knowing. Everything outside of you is your integration of you as God and everything as God. God is you. Anything outside of you is showing you, I am a version of God. I am the version of God that you needed to show you that there's another perspective of godliness that is weird and strange and has a different language and walks a different way and is very playful and very fairy-like, but is also very profound and very wise and intelligent. Why can't I be? Why not? Who says there's a rule that says I can't be? So those are the things that your godliness has said, okay, well, there's a wound there. There's a little bit of separation. Let's integrate that. Let's bring someone before you so you can get activated and pull that in and be harmonized. So who really is God? What really is God? It's all of us. We're all God. We're like little cells. And why? Conduits must move. See? The little pressure points? Little pressure points? Each and every one of us are pressure points, the micro macro. I'm an activation of God, and I help activate all other activation points. Each and every one of us are different, unique perspective points of energy, and we each help each other, ripple each other godliness. So before you go to bed every night, think about the liquid light moving through your body and healing your body pressure points. Think about the liquid light through every breath that you breathe in. You're one with all creation. The more oneness that you are, the greater healing time you will have, the greater fluidity of light that you will have with God, because again, light begets light, love begets love, oneness begets oneness. You're going to create that oneness of the healing of whatever it is that you might want or need or experience. Creating a new body for yourself, that's absolutely, utterly 100% possible, and you will be doing it. Those of us that are here, we travel different and we traverse different timelines, different aspects of universe. How shall I say this? When I say aspect, I will be teaching these things in universities and colleges, and my teachings will be in schools, even at the earliest of ages. We have to know who we are as multiverse beings. We need to break that remembrance bubble. We need to break that membrane. We're far more divine and powerful in our traversing of energy. That's all we're doing. We're traversing energy. If you have an activation and you sit and as much as you can in one day, offer yourself love and gratitude and forgiveness, you're living in the vibration of your wholeness of the higher self. You're more and more going to live in a vibration of love. Anytime a wound comes forward, face it, account for it, be accountable for it, transmute it. Because that's showing you that yes, if you can manifest light, you can also heal that which is dark. How you transmute that in the multiverse is that I'm in a physical body. I'm just giving this to you as an explanation. They're showing me, each and every one of you will have your own ways of understanding what I'm going to say. If you want to close your eyes and take in the Christed code, you're going to get what you get and how you get it, in what way you get it. I'm giving you an example of multiverse traversing. It's vibrational. Again, when you're in a light ship, you don't go from A to Z. You just go to the vibration of what is. So therefore, as a multiverse conduit, I'm moving through my day in the physical being. As I am being activated to certain codes, to certain experiences, and certain remembrances, I'm healing my wounds that come up in the multiverse that I experience and I move through. Because I'm a part of a new experiential gradation. They're showing me, that's the word, the gradation of the cosmos and the galactic energies that I'm here to activate, because I work with very specific beings and councils on working with timelines and energies for planetary ascension. There's different councils that I work on, and so are you. You work on different councils, you work with different beings, you work with different groups. The more attuned you are to your psychic abilities and your capacities of who you are as light, and how you can traverse light, how you operate with light, how you integrate light, how you process light, how you offer light. You are a multiverse being of God. You are a vessel of God. You're always including light and you're excluding light. You're moving it in and out. You move energy in and out. That's why we talk about the infinity. You are moving energy. Conduits move energy. In that, the more trained you are at presenting and tuning into who you are at discerning light, discerning energy, reading the stories of what is before you, that moment where I'm walking in my body, and as I'm moving through and I'm owning and accepting and acknowledging all that I am as a vessel of light with the heavenly councils, with the 12th dimensional creators, everywhere I move, I'm just falling in love with Gaia in this energetic song. There's no intention in that way, if you will, for me to say, I'm going to go do that there. No, I'm inspired to move somewhere, to go somewhere, to visit somewhere, and I'll just go and visit. I will know that in the vessel of who I am, I will feel certain vibrations in my meditation or walking about or sitting with nature, and I will tune into that godly aspect of me that will come up with a new vibration through which it's like a soup, a constant mixing of the soup. God will offer me a vibration or a remembrance, and I will tune in and I will create sounds or light language. I will move my hands, I will move my body, because I'm moving in with a Christed energy. I then make that new soup something new, because as a conduit, I know that I'm a vessel of all things that are new. I'm creating new templates that are new. Every light language is a new template for the Holy Creator, and whoever steps upon it thereafter me can also be activated in a higher vibrational earth version, in a higher vibrational conduit experience of their own selves, their own selves, their own remembrance of who they are as a celestial, alien, cosmic human being, as well as nature beings and celestial beings and cetacean beings. All those aspects are part and parcel within your DNA. I've added a code there that now when people go there afterwards, that energy has changed. We're constantly threading and harmonizing and working. And then that night, I'll give you an example. One night, on my very first night when I was in Japan, I had a traumatic experience. It was a lifetime that was very traumatic. And I was in a place that I had to stay because I was teaching there. And I stayed they had arranged a hotel for me, Airbnb, and I stayed there for my duration of my learning. And in my stay there, my teams know, and I know that I was activated. I was very excited to teach in Japan. I love Japan. I love the people in Japan. I love teaching with Japan. Hi, Umberto. I haven't seen you in forever. And in that experience, I was laying, they had all arranged this. I had no idea where I was going to stay. They arranged everything for me. They paid for everything. They arranged everything, and I just showed up. And I laid there that night, and as I went to sleep, because the time change is so different, it's like 18 hours ahead or something. And as I laid there, I had a vision of a timeline where I had to clear. That's how I see my soul fragments. That's what occurs in a soul fragment healing. Because I'm a seer, a conduit, and because I'm an empath, Christic empath, and I'm a healer, I move through my soul fragments differently than each and every one of you, because each and every one of you will move through your soul fragment healing in different ways, depending on what your highest intuitive gift is. Because I have different intuitive gifts, I'll move through them in different ways depending on how deep that injury or that wound is, or how much it will also help others in the surrounding area. Because as I clear that wound, it will also heal and release energies from those in the area, for those of the timelines that are connected with me. Because remember, all is one. Everybody that I was connected with in that particular experience, because that was many years ago, when I cleared that energy, everybody else as a top-down experience were also affected by my clearing of that energy, because I was on totally different land. I was in a totally different space. The energy there was different, and it was ample, like the stove was set at the right temperature for the soup to be harmonized into something new. That experience showed me of a timeline where I lived in Japan, and I had been beaten as a little girl in a house with a father that had beat me because I wasn't doing what he wanted me to do in perfection. And so I had remembered that as a soul release. And much of my teachings in the clients that I had met with were also moving through similar wounding of the very traditional expectations of the Japanese culture. And we were helping each other heal those lineage experiences. But I had to move through it first. I had to move through what it felt like for me. And for me, because I'm a seer, a conduit, I receive things in different ways. And again, it depends. I'm only speaking of that one experience in Japan. When it's a multiverse experience, it feels very different. The other universes that I work with feels very different. And that's how I know I'm working in a multiverse. It doesn't feel like it feels like in an earthly galactic experience in this galaxy. This galaxy, I feel in this galaxy. Today, I'm in the galaxy where Earth is. There's other experiences where I'm in the galaxy of Earth, but I'm threading a universal thread. It's like a bandwidth. It's like a ribbon, right? That ribbon is of another universe, and I'm threading it into a higher version of now. Because that Earth, we'll call it Earth. We'll call it Earth. It's not called Earth. The planet that is similar to Earth on that universe that is slightly lower in vibration, they are requiring the higher vibrational octaves of what I can offer on all three universes. It's a challenge for me to be in that energy because it is very, very dense. But that's when I have to reach up higher, and I have to thread that higher energy to all three aspects, because now I'm able to, as we talked about in my class yesterday, now I'm able to understand the splitting of my consciousness and how I can experience those various aspects of versions of me, a triad of me, if you will, that are experiencing various aspects of life that are on various aspects of universes. So it's very way out there. These are concepts that are advanced. These are concepts that are for those that have been on the path of ascension for a while, but don't pressure yourself or feel egoic if you're not getting it or if you're getting it. Just know that there are things that you're going to get used to seeing yourself as a multiverse experience. That experience of what happened to me in Japan happens to me when I go to places and I get activated by the energy there. I clear that energy, I then offer a new energy, and so that energy of that location changes. The grids change, the hemisphere or the biosphere changes, because I work with the elementals, I work with Gaia, I work with the biosphere, I work with the creational, the 12th dimensional creators, 13th dimensional creators. That's the Christ consciousness that is threaded in all experiences. And so that just gives you an experience or an example of what it feels like to be me when I'm talking about the multiverse. That is actual feeling. You can actually feel it if you choose to go within and have a meditation and say, give me an experience. If you know that you've worked through a lot of your 51% of karma, you can actually feel those multiverse experiences in which, I'll give you an example. A multiverse experience is similar to your Earth. Your teams will give it to you in a way that it won't dislocate you psychically. And I say psychically as the experience of who you are in the body and the name that you've been given since you were born. There's a whole, I could do like 6 classes just on this one topic. When you are in the body that you are and all you've known is the body that you are, all you know is the understanding that you are, that's why knowing thyself is so important, because from here on out, take this as a big hint, you're going to be getting more and more used to seeing yourself and knowing yourself as a consciousness that is infinite. You will slowly get used to understanding the splitting of your consciousness, but you have to be very firm and honoring of who you are now. Those that have not done a lot of soul fragment healing, you won't be attempting this for a while. You have to heal as close to 51% of your soul fragments as possible to understand and start slowly slowing yourself into splitting your consciousness. Because you will have psyche breaks and you'll have various aspects of psyche distortion. You'll have various aspects of dislocation, and it will take you a while to then reground, and you'll feel very scattered. You'll feel very, what the hell's going on? When I do timeline jumping, I don't intend to do a timeline jump. Certain things that I don't do. I usually only save those for my classes and people that pay for my information. There are those experiences of other universes that simply just occur. I know they're occurring. My body accepts that it's occurring. I am in a tune of it occurring. I'm accepting and allowing and honoring of it occurring. And then I come into a higher state of my inner self so that I'm harmonizing a higher vibration. And I just accept the fact that it's from a universe that is of a lower density. I accept there's different stories there. I allow the discomfort, if you will. I don't resist it. I allow that discomfort. And then I harmonize into a new version of me, because that is what matters. When you're splitting your consciousness is the now version of which we said in our video 2 or 3 videos ago, the now impression. The now impression of me is harmonizing so that the thread of the trinity of me becomes higher vibrational. That's what our higher vibrational aspects do with us. The higher vibrational aspects, the Christ consciousness of us, work with infinite aspects that they can split within. Jesus is a higher aspect of me. So the higher aspect of Jesus can split Jesus' experience of itself, because Jesus is a collective, the collective into infinite number of planets, infinite number of bodies, infinite number of universes. So Jesus can do that. Say I'm learning to split 3 consciousnesses. That's what I'm learning to do now. Jesus can do it 13 or 14, because Jesus is already at the 11th dimensional experience. But Jesus has aspects on the 9th dimension, 8th dimension, 7th dimension. See what I'm saying? So we're just accepting ourselves as all. That's why we said the all integration. The more you integrate yourself as all, the more access you have to all aspects of you. Just like we said, ascension is not really what we thought it was. Maybe it's something totally different. Maybe it's going to be a multiverse ascension. Why not? Why wouldn't you want to experience yourself in the multiverse ascension? Wouldn't that be like even more cool? But we are in this physical body right now, but you have a version of you in another universe that's going through ascension. It is the brother planet, if you will, of Gaia. Because if Gaia is the female of the galaxy, she has to have her equal opposite male partner. That is in another universe, as we said. When we think about the idea, it's just an idea, it's just a concept. When we think of the cell splitting, when birth is occurring, when you think of twin flames or twin souls or twin rays, there is a reason why God has the chemics and the physics of chemistry of the creational experience. There's always a reason. Gaia's partner in her twin flame experience is from a lower vibrational universe. She is pulling that vibrational planet up because they're going through a multiverse ascension. What she offers to her brother planet going through a lower vibrational, she's threading her brother in that universe, energies from her planet. We share species. We share nature species. Because why? Why would that be important, dear lighted ones? Why are we talking about what we're talking about will just blow your mind? Why is it important? It's super, super cool. And why you think that each and every one before you is an aspect of you. Because we wanted the 3 E's of ascension, exploration, expression, and experience, to know that there's infinite evolution. So that other planet in that lower vibrational experience, slightly lower, if you will, slightly different Earth look like it. It looks slightly different. It's experienced slightly different. The energies are very different. But those energies that Gaia feeds it is adding to its evolutionary package, toolkit, biosphere, potential, bedding, cellular activations, chemical activations, biochemical activations, spiritual activations. Because when you get activated through your ascension process, any one cycle of ascension, you're activated in an infinite number of ways, because you're not just a physical being. You're multiversal. You get activated through your DNA. You get activated through cells. You get activated through cellular memory. You get activated through the biosphere. You get activated through sacred land. You get activated through somebody walking by your space. There's infinite ways you can get activated. When you're in alignment and attuned with who you are, the aspects of who we are and what we're experiencing is far different and greater than we ever thought. So let it be. Celebrate that. Like, holy cow, wow, I got to rethink my whole thing about ascension. It's the evolution of who you are as a multiverse being, and allow that to be greater and grander. And allow yourself to, those of you that you don't have to be egoic about it and get your numbers and, feel all egoic about, how much have you cleared, 51%. You'll know, and it'll just be something natural that you'll slip into when you're experiencing other aspects of you in other universes. You'll just have a day where it just feels really, really different. And so what do you do when those energies feel really, really different? It could be that you have new celestial teams around you and they want to give you a new, unique vibration, because your celestial teams that are non-physical are always offering you codes and information and energies. Gaia's energy in her biosphere and the omnipresent field, we call it the field. The field of Gaia is changing every day. The energies of Gaia are changing every day. So when you feel something that's really different and profound, what do? As a commandership of you as a vessel of God, as the micro, macro, as the acupressure points, what do? As all that you are as these little acupressure points, what do you do if you feel the energy being different? Yeah, so you're clearing. So you know what that is? So it's good that you mentioned that. Because your lymphatic system gets upgraded, and your lymphatic system is connected with all that is the heart, the gums. I had that the other day when I was going through, my teams told me, well, I asked my teams at night, what are we working on? Right? That's how I do my nighttime healing. I say what we're moving on, what we're working on. And they show me that the lymphatic, what we talked about in my class yesterday. So if you want a copy of my class, it's $33 US, and I'll send you a copy of that video. We talked about the lymphatic system and how the liquid light moves through it. So my teams had told me that they're upgrading my lymphatic system, because the lymphatic system is the core vibrational system through which we sense. We sense our changing bodies, we sense our changing environments. Because it's been so stressed because of all the traumas and the spiritual warfare, my lymphatic system is being completely rewired and rewritten. What that does, though, is it, well, I woke up the other morning with like jaw pain as if I chewed like gum for 15 hours straight. Because the lymphatic system is connected with all of the pressure points in your jaw. The ears is what I've called the galactic hearing. I usually hear the galactic sounds through the back of my ear. It usually goes about, a foot to 2 feet out. And those are all the pressure points that is in the lymphatic system that's being rewired and upgraded, if you will. And so that will feel, and it goes all the way down through your heart, right? It goes through the vessels of your sensing systems, right? And then you'll see it on the face. So all of those pressure points that are in the nodes, right? The nodes, they're everywhere. And all of those access points are for your light, your liquid light to flow, but you're the commander of how that liquid light flows. But that energy has to move. So you're right, clued out. When you've had those activations and rewiring, you're going to have that tension or that soreness because that energy was moved. That's how much condensing and compacting that energy was in your body. So your tissues are going to be lightening up. Your body form will change, they've been showing me. This is as we get closer to 5D, we get to, and this is what I would say, if you want to book a nighttime healing session with me, because everybody's at a different stage of their light integration, you can at nighttime start rewiring and reaffirming the body that you're working into as greater light. Because as you're going through, like Claudette was just experiencing a release, her systems were going through an upgrade, which means when you're going through an upgrade, there's going to be density that has to be released, and it does feel sore. Parts of your body will feel sore because that density had to move its way out of the tissue, right? And of course, if you're always worried, go to a doctor. But most doctors don't know anything about ascension symptoms and ascension releases of energy through the lymphatic system or through your tissues or through your muscles, whatever it might be that your teams are activating. And there's various things that they've showed me that they can do that are really beautiful feeling. You can just feel like I always suggest work with your teams. Be intimate with your teams. Say, what are we working on tonight, teams? And then sit there and tune into your body and how it feels. And your teams will give you 1 or 2 words, and then the next day, go look it up. Make a journal of your healing journal with spirit. They also show me, which is really fun, if you want to order my video from my class yesterday, is they're going to be, many of us will be writing future, if you will, not future, but it's now, futuristic healing and teaching books. These are being taught in schools of, again, the multiverse, because I'm a teacher on different realms. I'm a teacher on different planets. I'm a teacher on different galaxies, and I help harmonize a humanoid experience going through ascension. But that also inspires me to then think and trigger, because I'm a trigger for you and I'm a trigger for the multiverse, is what happens through planetary evolution and how the effects are on the body of light and on the physical body. Because we're carbon and we're crystalline. So we're going to be more and more, as we said in our earlier videos about 6 months ago, we're going to be finding more and more correlation. That as our bodies of light, our etheric light bodies, the Christed bodies, as we're working more with it, we can tune in really subtly. And you can have those discussions with your teams. Say, okay, well, I'm really excited about what I'm going to be involved in a lot of different projects on how the lymphatic system and the various systems within the systems, because they're all God systems, they're all tools of God, they're all tools of the Christ, how those aspects of the Christ are moving through simultaneous co-creational planetary evolution within the systems of the systems, like say the biosphere, because the biosphere will be used greatly in our healing modalities, through sound, through harmonics, through color, and through vibrations of harmony and humming. So all of those are vibrational healing ways that are far more delicate, with less harm to the skin. There's no need to open the body. We can do a lot of healing without even touching the body. And so without the synthetic drugs that are so harmful to the crystalline coating. So there's so much that we can learn and we can explore. And it just depends on, again, your offering of it, your excitement If you're finding these things exciting, you're going to be a part of helping integrate that and offer that to the planet. That's why you have your inner excitement and why you have those various activations. As I said, the Galactic Federation said, we're here to activate and inspire you to higher vibrational living. You're meant to step outside of the co-creational subjugation of limitations of teaching your children the same things. Within the next year, we're going to be teaching children different things. They're not going to be the same regurgitation of things they don't need. When they're so high vibrational, if they need to rely on something or tag or pull something from a history, if you will, they'll simply know it when they need to know it. We're not going to be so staunched in saying every child has to learn history from A to Z. No. Why does every child have to learn something they might not need or want? Every child is going to have direction of their own unique creative balances, their own creative excitements. That will be how education will be directed. And it will all be done in light, because in light, just like I said with my teams, this is exactly where we're getting to, and I'll be a great designer in that. So feel free to call on me for creative consultants for 5D vocational alignments in schools and education, because we are light beings that are multiversal. Why would we keep doing 3D staunch, archaic education? We're creating very great limitation for ourselves. So we need to kind of level up our education to be as of light. We want to be able to create light education and light schools, and have it mirror and match where we're choosing to be as far as where we've been. We can pull on stuff where we've been if we need it, but we don't necessarily need it because we're so far advanced. We've transmuted all that old stuff. It's still important to know, but we don't have to. Not every student has to learn history. Not every student has to learn biology. I've never taken biology, but I know far more because I'm tapping into the higher aspects of biology I know from my higher vibrational trainings through the multiverse. Just like I've never studied genetics, but as a 7th Pleiadian version of me, I have a genetic. That's what I do in my excitement as a Pleiadian in a 7th dimension. I work with genetics for the ascending planet. I work with genetics for what did the Pleiades, how did their genetics change and alter over time through their light bodies? You have to understand, the Pleiades have been evolved for millions of years. They're experts. They're experts at this process of ascension. And all of the higher vibrational beings like the Arcturians, billions of years in the galaxy, they kind of know what the fuck they're doing. And who are we in a 3D body to say, no, we know it all? We don't. Are you going to surrender now and kind of return your ego to spirit? And we get busy now? Billions of years here, people. We've kind of been missing the boat for quite a while, and that's okay, accept it. But now we can start behaving in higher vibrational ways, higher intelligent ways. There's not anybody on this planet that has to go through a tragic death process. Sacrifice is unnecessary. Diseases are unnecessary. Set that as the intention for a new earth. Whatever earth you want to choose to experience yourself in whatever universe, because you're going to want to traverse different universes. You can't know what you're doing if you're not traversing all energies. You don't become a master by sitting in one energy. You don't become a master by sitting in one religion. You don't become a master by sitting in one space. You must navigate the energies of creation because you're a creational being. Aren't you? So when your systems are being upgraded, be intimate with your teams. Ask your teams. It's your soul blueprint. What am I preparing myself for? What do I want? I'm really excited about this. I'm really excited about that. Tune into your excitements every day. What is my excitement? And remember, when you're talking about your excitement, it is as equal as the 3 E's to the big 4th E. Exploration, expression, and experience is your excitements. It should always be. Why wouldn't it be? And if you're doing something else, why? I love teaching. I could teach 10 hours, 12 hours a day. That's what I love to do. I love to teach. I love to connect with energy. I love to be a part of the multiverse galaxy systems. I love to talk to different species. There are lots of different species that I can't wait to work with me, because I do have that ability to traverse all energies. It's not easy. It hasn't been a fun ride because it's been a lot of warfare, and I've had to transmute that, and I've had to learn how to stand and not be affected by the warfare. It's not fun to know that there's, people targeting you out of hate, but that's where they're sitting at. That's their hate vibration. I've integrated it. Okay, I now accept the hate is a thing on the planet as much as I want it to be light, but I have to accept the equal opportunity that there's those that want to sit in hate. They want to sit in their limitation. They want to sit in their subjugation and their separation. Okay, but I'm still going to integrate you. I honor that it's all there. Still got to work with it. But we have to be higher vibrational now. right? We can do higher intelligent things, right? We're ready. And so part of the multiverse experience that we're going to be moving through is your body changing to meet the multiverse experiences, and know that you can, getting ready to, if you've worked through 51%, in the coming years, if you're on the front line of teaching, healing, and helping co-create the templates of 5D, you're going to start practicing that splitting of your consciousness, and really having fun with it, because you can. It's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, was there anything else? Commander Ashtar. The systems of light will assist in the tempering of outbursts. So again, what's going on with the different variations of wars and the outbursts, where the energies from the grids and the energies from the histories, if you will, are coming out to be cleansed and purged, and humanity is saying kind of enough is enough. The leaders are seeing themselves that what they've been doing is not okay. We're really aligning ourselves with the higher vibrational intelligence of unity and oneness. There's just no other way, right? We've kind of gone through all of the roots of, and all of the pathways and all of the genres of aggression and dominance and separation. And it's obvious and blatant in everybody's face. It's not working. So we have to come up with higher resolve and higher intelligent resolve. And the councils of light have given absolute, through me, have given absolute confidence that they're helping temper any outbursts, because there won't be another war, a fourth world war, if you will, or a third world war. I don't know how many silly little battles. But we will sit proudly in who we are as higher intelligent beings, and every single person on this planet is sacred. All aspects of life are sacred. And nobody has any right to degrade life. They don't. They can choose to. That's their experience, to show others that is an equal opportunity. That will be their equal karma, because they wanted to experience degradation. They wanted to experience discrimination. They wanted to experience separation. That's part of the equal equation of ascension. Eventually, that energy or that entity will always return back to source. There's nowhere for it to go. All energies to return back to source, regardless of what your religious belief is. That's why we have to release the packages. We have to release the clothing of what religious told us and taught us and showed us. There's a lot of trauma there, dogmatic trauma. We have to heal it. We're beyond that packaging, right? And if that triggers you, go within that. I'm simply stating a truth. What I'm stating is not discriminatory. It's an absolute truth. In the fifth dimension, there's not going to be separations and segregations of energy of religion. There's just going to be different ways in which we pray and we connect with spirit and source. What I say is a truth. It's not a discriminatory trigger. No, we're moving beyond the templates and the license plates and the clothing and the vehicles of religion, just as we will politics. There won't be Republicans and Democrats. No, there's just going to be one. And leaders that have experienced enough darkness, moved through enough darkness, they're coming forward to say, hey, no, we can create light out of this darkness. Leaders will begin to speak more and more of unity, of healing the people, of healing the land. And why would there be any leader that doesn't say that first? Why? 5D leader should not be a leader if they're not speaking about healing the people and the land. And what do we do? How can we get together? How can we do this? How can we release the borders and the boundaries? Why? Why is a leader if they're talking about blowing things up and taking resources and seeing how much arms they can collect? Is that a leader? No, that's an arrogant person that will create a lot of harm and damage and destruction, and they're being watched. Every leader on this planet is being watched for their deeds, their behaviors, and their intentions. Everybody's put on judgment. And that's not me triggering anybody. That is just a simple truth. We're at judgment time. Do you want to move forward in the role and the honoring of unity and ascension? Do you want to move with the integration of unity and oneness? Yes or no? Do you want to be a leader of unity and oneness? Yes or no? Do you want to be a leader and harmonize all that you have been in all other realms as a beautiful leader and an integration or an ambassador of love and oneness? Yes or no? Do you care about your planet and the food she offers your body and the water she offers your body and the breath that you breathe in as your body, because it's all source, it's all spirit? Yes or no? Do you want to see a spirit that regardless of how anyone prays, we all respect that all is spirit and all is love, and there is no beating of the women, there is no taking of the women, there is no subjugating of the women, there is no handling of the women or the children or the animals or the nature? Can you accept that, dear lighted ones? And if there's deep triggers there for you, then absolutely go in and heal it. It will keep facing you because nothing will be handled, nothing will be subjugated, and you're not going to beat your women. You're not going to beat the children. Heal the wound that says beating and harming and hurting and beating the crap out of somebody is okay. Every body on this planet is sacred. And where did we think that beating people up was okay? Killing people was okay? How did we think that? Is that higher intelligence? It's not. It's actual ignorance. And that's a truth. And if that triggers you, then go away and think about how is hurting someone intelligent or ignorant. Think about it. I'm speaking truth because it's in the field. That's what I read. I read creational fields. Is it intelligent to hurt and harm and take and steal and put agendas of human testing and MK Ultras? Is that intelligent? Or is it just different ways where you can see how you can control and monopolize energy, how you can control and monopolize sacred human beings, that you have no idea what their soul blueprint is? Nobody had any idea what my soul blueprint was. None of them ever will, because God will always block my soul blueprint. God will always block my astrological chart. God will always block the information for those that don't have pure intention of working with me. They will always be blocked. They will always be given wrong information. Make that no mistake, because you don't deserve to know the righteousness of who I am, and you won't. You never will. That's why your spells and your human testing won't work, because you will never know. Take that to the bank and pay your hundreds of recruits that you were paid to put spell casts and do hits on me. Take that to the bank, because each and every one of you will be in court and you will be seen and you will be known for the reputations that you have held in disrespect and discrimination of who I am and who I've always been. And each of you know that because you did your human testing knowing who I was, and you did it anyways. How dare you? I'm calling it. It's in the field. And if that triggers you, that's your issue. That's your soul experience, because you know your choices you made to break me. Those are your choices, because I know you watch the videos. You watch the videos for your little hints and your little clues and your little honorings of what's happening next. What's happening next is balance and freedom and fairness, period. I know who I am, and I will keep walking. I will keep standing. I will keep activating this land. I've had the right since the day I was born to be here. And through Lord Almighty and the Holy Mother and the Holy Father and all the councils and all the His systems and all the galaxies and all the planets and all the universes that I walk within, I am eternal and I am infinite light, and I will be. I am that I am. Where I walk is forever changed. I know that. As I speak is forever changed. I know that. You can't human test that out of me. You can't voodoo that out of me. I am that I am, and my blood is pure. You got that? Any more plots and plans and schemes? Sit down, thy Satan, sit down. We will be of one. Take a seat. Sit in oneness and keep resisting the change. Change will always occur. It's a matter of how honoring you are to integrate it. Will you integrate the shadow now, dear lighted ones? Will you integrate that which has been controlling you and dominating you and trying to enslave you? Will you have a higher standing for what is medicines and herbs and the plants that are on your planet that can heal every disease that you have? Or will you continue to surrender to synthetics? Anybody that wants to have a positive activation, that is here to stand on behalf of better medicines, stand up and say it, be it, live it. I'm here to inspire you. So release what triggers you, dear lighted ones. Accept it. Stop being so sensitive about the triggers. Everything is everything, all is all. Truth is truth. There's no way around it. Everything is all. There's no way around it. It's one. Light is going to continue. That's a truth. It is one. Light can bend. Light can move. Light can be in all things. That is one. I'm all universes. That is one. That is a truth. And it will keep poking and poking and poking, and it will keep triggering you if you so choose, or you can just sit back and love it and surrender. You choose. Your resistance to want to separate and say you're not it, and to say that's not you, or to say, yes, that is me. I can have that for a moment or two. I can integrate that. I can love that. Or you can sit and be hateful. Either way, it will continue with or without you. And you'll find a way to manifest your way out. Because that's the soul. The soul is far grander than you and your human body that has much wounding, that chooses not to heal, or you can choose to heal. It's up to you. Either way, we will continue to evolve. Those are just truths. Everybody has an infinite way to explore truths. Infinite ways to explore life. Infinite ways to explore not life. moving out of life, moving into new life, moving into new packages, moving into new beliefs, moving into new religions, moving into new prayers, moving into new ways you move about the planet and all planets and all galaxies. Why can't that be okay? Why can't we move beyond what was? We are, and we will, and we are. Period. That is a universal truth. We're always changing. Your body changes every day. Your body changes every hour. Why don't you be a part of that commandmentship of it? Your cells are creating themselves. Have your cells create themselves in pure light. See what that feels like, dear lighted ones. You have access to this. I'm just telling you, that's a truth. Does that trigger you? Walk about life with absolutely no triggers. Everything is integrative, so I can integrate that. That's awesome. Thank you. We become so sensitive about everything because everything's so separative. That's where discrimination comes from. It's so sensitive. Everybody's sensitive. Everybody's sensitive. No, everything is everything. Start healing it. Start integrating it. Then you find less to be in problem with. You find less to be in a separation with and fighting against. No, everything is everything. Why? Because there's great self-rejection within you. Those that spend the most time in hate are the ones in most self-rejection. Because there's a deep wound within them that was accepted in its childhood or in its timeline. So now go within and accept yourself. In the hating of another, there is self-rejection. In the hating of a thing, there is self-rejection. So heal that self-rejection. That's what your trigger is. Accept yourself. I keep showing it to you. Accept yourself. I am the trigger of acceptance. I am the trigger for what you see to be karma, if you will. Because I speak in truth. It's just a truth. Choose not to take that truth on. That's okay. Your universe will still show you what you're creating. What is the vibration within your body? Your chakras, your soul. What stories are your chakras showing you? Your chakras show you new stories every time you're moving through a cycle of ascension. Your cycle of ascension is unique to everyone around you and in you and of you. You're deep in your own pacing and your own temperaments. You're only responsible for you, your stories. But you absolutely affect all that is around you because we are a vibration of one. We are one. And you absolutely know that you are in a time right now, clued out. You are this year will be because you've been on the path for many, 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 many years. You will just simply manifest as things come up. You will clear as things come up, and you will transmute as things come up. You don't have to focus on your 51%. They'll just come up because you've had the experience of all negotiations of density and darkness and negativity and hate and limitation. You've had your fill of it. So as things come up, just be in love and you will receive. These times of 2024 are the times to receive. Be in your divine feminine energy. That is what is needed on the planet, is divine feminine energies. To heal, to soothe, to nourish, to bring higher vibrational intelligence so that you never send your children to war. Why would you? And what is a wise and noble soul sending their children to war? There are higher intelligent ways that we can resolve these issues, dear lighted ones, than killing your own children. That's a statement. If that triggers you, it's a truth. There are higher vibrational ways. And why it's a trigger? Because I'm taking you to higher vibrational thought forms. And that's a bit frightening because you've never been there before, because all you've ever known is war and separation and discrimination. And you've been taught that it's noble to go to war and fight. Is it? Or is that just a belief you took on for your country that chooses to be in separation and resistance to other things? What are your beliefs, dear lighted ones? Can you go beyond that? And why were you told that fighting is okay? And it's all noble and such. And you glorify the leaders that say it's noble and such. You should be in absolute reverence for those that pick up a gun to say that that's okay. Because their soul is taking on the karma that each and every one of you were afraid to face. And who says that's okay? They are brave and courageous souls. And it's not necessary. There will be a time on this planet, there will be no wars, and there will be no killing, and there will be no guns. There's no need. Everybody can be abundant. Every body can be healthy. Every soul is connected with Source, Creator, the all that is. Why are there children without homes and without food? Why are there children being sold for sex? Is that higher intelligence, dear lighted ones? And the agendas and those in very important positions and those in very profitable positions that support these agendas, is that intelligence, or is there just a lot of wounding that's being failed to look at? So they throw MK Ultra and human testing programs at those that can see it and talk it and see it and speak it. Because it is a truth that's sitting in the field. What else? Are we going to ignore it? No, I won't ignore that ignorance. It's there. How dare we? See it, face it. Look at the triggers and own it. Yes, it's there. What can we do now? That is a powerful leader. Inclusivity and oneness and honoring and sacredness and healing the people and healing the land. Why would you talk about anything different? You focus on your arms race, that's what you create. More wars. You focus on the money of the arms race. Let's say, dear lighted ones, in 2 years' time, every dollar that was spent on arms race is spent on healing the people and the land. What an epiphany. Wouldn't you be a beautiful person in your creational story that would go down in history? For all the monies that were spent on arms race goes to healing the people of higher vibrational healing systems, higher vibrational herbs and medicines, to heal the land and the people. What leader would say such a thing? Oh, what a brave soul. These leaders are here today, dear lighted ones, and you will see each and every one of them break through all densities and all agendas and all programs that sell human life for selfish, greedy programs of dominance, control, and engineering. You get to choose what timeline you're on, dear lighted ones. You get to choose. Higher vibrational souls choose higher vibrational living. There's no need to kill. There's no need to war. There's no need to spend billions on arms. How dare you? Breathe and soften. Put that money towards healing the people and the land. And then you will be seen as the greatest leader ever seen and ever known and ever heard. And there will be great creational ripples throughout all existence. And your name will be known in all of the history books, if those so choose to learn about history, and how creation was changed in a day by the promise of every soul on this planet to no longer pick up a gun. What ripples of creation can you create, dear lighted ones? That's the truth. So instead of calling it a trigger, call it a truth. And you can choose whatever truth you want in any moment, because you're an evolutionary being. But let me tell you this right now, and this is another truth. Open your hearts. Take a deep breath. You are of magnificent of the mother and the father, and you are sacredly sown within your DNA lands that you cannot imagine, infinite skills and gifts that you cannot even understand, but you will because you're an eternal being. You are from many lands and planets and promises that you have yet to understand, because you are a multiverse being, and there is a promise deep within you, that you chose to come in these important times and be a vessel of great hope and inspiration and peace and unity and inclusivity. And dear lighted ones, make no mistake about this. You will be known throughout all creation when you walk in peace every day. You are changing the alchemy of the planet and all planets. That is the promise that is within your soul blueprint. That you will navigate whatever challenge, that you will navigate whatever density, that you will navigate any belief that you held yourself separate, that you will navigate any belief that you held yourself less than and not important or unvalued or degraded. And you will face that and say, my, oh my, I was so strong and courageous to go there in that darkness. And I pull that in because I know that in the pulling in of the integrating of the calling it in and calling it of myself and calling it of light and calling it equal, that I am integrated of the Holy Spirit. And I call it in and I make it one. For I choose to walk about this planet, and every day I walk about, there's less and less guns and less violence and less harm and less hurting of one another, so that everybody feels important inside. For that's what you really want to feel. The reason why there's so much envy and jealousy and hate and harm, because you don't feel love of who you are. You don't feel like you're included. You don't feel like you belong. But we've been telling you from day one, dear lighted ones, as soon as you hit the first breath on this planet, that you belong here. Just as Joanna does. She belongs here. She belongs to walk amongst whatever people and whatever energies that her soul and her higher self and the Mother, Father, and Gaia calls to her. For she is a destiny walking about, and things are altered in her presence. She is loved by all realms and by all energies. She loves energy. She loves it, delighted ones. Energy is love, delighted ones. You just want to experience something different. Can you see that? Can you know it? Can you feel it? Can you know that everything is energy and it just feels different every moment? Because you're integrating yourself as a new aspect to God. Can you open your breath and take it in? And have a promise within your heart, have a promise within your heart, have a promise within your heart. Every day there will be less and less guns and less violence, and we will choose peace. And we will choose to live in oneness and heighten our capacity to love and come in common ground. And we will see the win-win situation in every way that we can. And we will speak in love and peace and honor, respect and reverence. For these are the lands that we came to promise. And we knew that we were going to write great books. And we knew that we were going to create great healing systems. And we knew we were going to create great ways where we can negotiate the black and the white and the light and the dark and the ups and the downs and the in-betweens. Because everybody deserves their space on this place. All spaces, all planets, all realms, because you're an aspect of God. If you're breath, then you're meant to be here. Nobody says otherwise but you and God. Nobody gives you power over your life but you and God. Nobody has word over your life but you and God. Can you take that as a truth or not? It's all equal. And you can choose a better promise, and you can choose to be higher and better because you can, because you are. You have higher aspects that go on into infinity that you don't even know, that are just pure light, pure color, pure sound. That's an aspect of who you are. Can you believe that? Can you know that? That's why you're intrigued with sound and music. It is the universal language. And why? Because it's love. That is how God creates, is through love and harmonics. That's why it is the universal language. It's all about sound. Sounding of the voice. That's why you're going to change. And when you're channeling in, when you're in touch with your higher self, your voice is going to change. Why? Because you want a new harmonic. You want to come forward with a vibration from another planet you've never seen before, but it's here. It's planted here on this planet. Joanna can pull a thread from anywhere, and it's anchored here, and it's forever changed. And the soils are forever changed, and her body is forever changed. She's offering you new vibrations, delighted ones, forever changed. Can that be okay? Can every day be a great experience of change, a great new soup of change? Can that be okay, delighted ones? And every time you feel yourself discriminating and separating, soften within yourself and say, I forgive myself, for I'm one with all things. That's been the lesson, dear lighted ones. Every single person outside of you is your family. They're here to see how masterful you are at integrating it all and saying, I'm one with you. You practice how you practice, and you be how you be, and I'll be over here being how I'll be, but I just love you just the same. And forevermore has been forever changed, and your name's going to go down in history. For the one that brought peace when nobody else saw it. For the one that stood and spoke truths when nobody else would. When the blatancy was right before you and nobody else saw it, wanted to, but had to. You were the one that brought peace. You were the one that said enough is enough, put your sticks down. You are the one that said it is my destiny, and so too I shall be, and I shall walk, and I shall speak. For you're giving promise to those that felt that their voices were lost and forgotten and ignored, but they're not. You are the promise that Spirit sent forward, that you will be the one that will change your lineage, that you will be the one that will surrender and forgive the pains of the past. Don't leave it to another. Don't leave your systems to change for you. You are the systems of change, dear lighted ones. You are the soup of creation. Who said you weren't? Reclaim your power, reclaim your voice. When you step forward in your next moment, when you get up from this video, when you get up tomorrow morning, know that when your foot hits this planet, dear lighted ones, you are forever changed, and so is it. Can you walk in peace and love and exaltation of who you are? Surrender into the vibration of exaltation. What does that mean to you? Ponder it. Soften into it. Ask God to show you it. Exaltation, dear lighted ones, for every single vibration of experience that you are able to, it's all you. Who said it wasn't? Is that not God looking back at you and saying, here, child, I offer you whatever vibrations you so wish. And in this day and in this timeline, I will experience the level of forgiveness I've never forgiven before, but I'm going to go deeper. Because I'm the promise of peace. And I have my right to speak peace in a higher vibrational way. I have the right to speak God in a higher vibrational way. I have my right to speak love in a higher vibrational way. I have my right to speak healing in a new vibrational way. Who says I wasn't? I'm tired of being small. Step aside. I'm coming through. Because there will be books written about me. And there will be stories and movies and documentaries written about me, shown about me, viewed about me. Why, dear lighted ones? Because I'm an aspect of you. I'm an aspect of that voice of yours that couldn't get the courage to come forward and say, I matter. I'm telling you I matter. Why? Because I'm your voice. I'm the one that said you are healed from trauma and abuse and beaten. Why? Because I'm you. I'm the voice that said I'm from another planet, I'm important, I'm going to make a diversity on this planet that's never been seen before. I want to show love, I want to show compassion, I want to show that I'm one with you. You can be and express who you are because I can be and express who I am. Because I promise. Why? Because I'm you. I'm here to bring things and I'm here to shake things up. I'm here to rattle things that are old, stagnant, and out of date. Why? Because it's my destiny. Why? Because it's fun. Why? Because it's a truth. An infinite number of reasons why. Why? Because God's infinite. Why? Because I'm you. Share, delighted ones. You're here to share. And in your sharing, you are caring about the futures that you will come back to and you will be born to, the generations that will be written about you. Why? Because you chose to make a difference in this timeline. You chose to be the one to stand up and say, enough is enough. Put your sticks down. There will be no scheming and plotting and scamming and planning to harm others, to take from others and steal from others. Why? Because you're tired of being stolen from and raped from. Because I'm your voice saying enough is enough. Stop the vibrational raping. You have God within you. Stop the treating children as if they are toys for your abuse and your use. You have no right. These children are sacred beings of the heavens. You have no right to treat them that way. And there will be beings launched on this planet moment for moment for moment for moment, and we will bring thee truths, and there will be stories written of us, because we will walk forward. And we will not be taken down, and we will not be spell-casted into oblivion. I know who I am, and it's my promise. And my promise is thy will be done. And that is a truth. And a great honor and respect and reverence, and I bow to all that is energy. Why? Because it's me. Why? Because it's you. Why? Because it's God. Why? Because that would not be oneness. Hai nama, aesha namaka de tisya nanaka. Alamane tekesha, la la la, mai tekesha, la 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 la, pateke. Samanakesha. Aplikesha, la la kataka. We are one, delighted ones. So happy to connect with you and be with you these days, threading these energies of such great soup making with each and every one of you in the vibrations of all the multiverse. We come to you and we play, sprinkle the little specks of glitter that you are. That was God has done. He's sprinkled glitter from all donations of creational reality. You are a donation from different planets, and that's what your DNA will show you. You are a vast sequencing of the many planets and the many realms, and you are like glitter sprinkled across the cosmos. You are here for your stories of becoming great, your stories of becoming who you've always meant yourself to be. You can be great in every moment, and that begins with truth. Who are you? What aspect of glitter on this cosmic canvas are you today? What will you paint? How will you dance? How will you sing your truth today? How will you be the story and the promise of God that just dances no matter what, that is joyful no matter what, that is harmonic with all life no matter what? And make no mistake about it, delighted ones, we are very excited to give you this announcement this very beautiful day, as if we're seeing the Bob Cratchit movie, and they're all sitting just about to have their family dinner. And the little boy with the crutch comes in, and they're so very happy to be together for their final dinner, and they're coming in and for their Christmas. And they're saying, boy, what a wonderful Christmas. And they're all gathering for this beautiful announcement. This beautiful announcement that Bob Cratchit was given a raise, and he could feed his family and make his family well. And he could give back farther and deeper because there was generosity given. And there was things done and given. And there was hints and clues given. And there was activations given. And there was new stories that could be, instead of death, there is new life. And that is the promise of God before you, and the promise of all creation, and the new energies and the new spirits that are before you right now when we bring this announcement. There are energies of cosmic beings before you in your rooms right now. Joanna is an ambassador of First Contact. Raise your hands in offering and receipt. Feel your hearts open with tears and unconditional love. There are beings before you and in your space and in your fields, and they are sparkling the glitter that you are of unconditional love. They are showing you how much they love you. They are showing you how much that they have adored to be with you. And they're getting used to being in your energy as you them, and why some days feel very different in energy. They are producing themselves in greater and greater energy of your day. We are announcing it this day, dear lighted ones. You are becoming closer, closer, closer to First Contact. And your rooms will feel different, and your houses will feel different, and your spaces will feel different. And there's great love amongst you all. There always has been and there always will be. Can you be the one this day through which you can see down the foreline? Great stories will be written because you chose to simply be you, because you chose to be loving and peaceful, because you chose to speak of your story with exaltation and compassion and forgiveness when it's needed. Can you be the one that gives someone a gift when it's needed so that they can further give to others? That's the whole story of that Cratchit experience. For there was people changed on that day when there was a generosity given. There was lives that were impacted that day when generosity was given. And there's some of you that come forward and are so very generous over and over and over again, and you get nothing in return. And God's promise to you this day, this announcement of this day, that there are energies giving back to you in every moment, and things will manifest just from the blink of an eye. These are announcements of a greater world, dear lighted ones. We're asking you to go forth and know this, if you so choose. But that is God's gift to you, dear lighted ones. What is God to you? It's a version of you in the highest form of unconditional love, showing you that you are a creator. How may you create your reality of the highest and the best, so that all is inclusive and loving and caring and honoring, that all of you tell each other a story of acceptance, of grandeur, of the soup of creation coming together in new ways. These are announcements of a new kind, dear lighted ones, and there will be those placed before you that have been chosen by the Creator, by the systems of light, that have been navigating various creational realities and energies, so that they can bring forward a generalized statement for each and every one of you, regardless of where you sit within your consciousness evolution. That you shall know that your planet is changing. Such celebration is gifted to all. That when you are asleep at night and you're off doing your sojourn experiences of other timelines and other planets and light ships, and you're being loved by your celestials, you're in healing chambers and you're doing your celestial gatherings, your families, and you're connecting with Source and you're connecting with your higher self and spirit. That's what you do when you sleep. And you have beautiful dreams of your beginnings and your endings and your transformations and your rebirths, that new beginnings and new announcements will be made every day. And your multidimensional bodies and the soup that you exist within as God, and the God of the God is changing. And so celebrate, honor it, exalt in it, celebrate and be generous with others, because you have changed their life as they have changed yours, have they not? Everyone before you has changed your life, have they not? What's wrong with being generous? Show your leaders that you are generous, and maybe they will be a bit more generous too. Why can't all people be abundant? For there is much abundance on your planet, and it will be shared. For those are the truths of your future. Everyone will be abundant. Every child will have a home and will have food in their belly, and they will not be touched, and they will not be degraded. They will not be sold and traded and bid. This is respect for all that is God. Why? Because you chose to be the one to come forward and create better stories for humanity. For there will be futures of generations beyond what you know, dear lighted ones. There's zeros and zeros and zeros beyond these numbers of generations and beings and species and entities and energies and humanoids and non-humanoids that will touch this planet, and they will know of your story of change. You have no idea the future generations, dear lighted ones, that you impact by choosing love. And this is the announcement this day, dear lighted ones, that you affect all that is, future generations, past generations, and why integrating all that you are and simply loving and forgiving in every moment, giving yourself as a unit of oneness, giving yourself as a unit of allness. And as doing so each day, you change the past, you change the present, you change the future. And isn't that good enough? Accept yourself as one, dear lighted ones. That is the lesson. Or not. You get to choose. Hi, Namarake. Hi, Teshia. Danamaka Shishia Namaka, I Shishia Maka, Take Shishia Maka, Ashishama Makata de Keshama, Edi de Keshia Makata de Kai, Sisima Makata de Kata de Keshia. Teshishma Makata de Ka. Thank you, Holy Spirit. That was amazing. Oh, that felt so good. So just let me recalibrate my energies. Just let me ground. That was a multiverse channel, by the way. That's why I have to just recapture myself here. There was a lot of energies I was pulling on from the multiverse. So because that was a multiverse channel, I was also channeling to the other fractions of myself, because I'm splitting my consciousness. So that's why I'm just regathering my energy. reharmonizing all that I am as a divine being of holy light. Because remember, as what that channel just was offering was that as you choose love and oneness and the forgiveness and the compassion factor, the generosity factor, you're altering those other aspects of you. You're allowing yourself to heal other aspects of you in those other universes. So all is all. All is forever changed. That's how powerful we are sitting right now. Everything is changing with your choice of love and benevolence, and allow and just see and feel the energy of intention, knowing that our planet is changing for unification, for love, for care for one another, the abundance of one another, the health for one another, taking care of one another. Just intend that, walk as that in the omnipresent field, because it just offers that reverberation and changes the all. So I'm very grateful. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for that clearing. And we thank you, dear lighted ones. Our PayPal, our donation is in the bottom of all of our videos. Please share our videos, and please send feedback to YouTube, and have them look into why my channel has not grown in 6 years when I promote it for hours and hours every day. So share our videos. I'm trying to put the lid on my pen with one finger. We thank you and we love you. Our links will be below if you want any sessions for healing, vocational alignments, aligning with your fifth dimensional experience, council meetings, political meetings, creative collective meetings, to help assign your business, align your group, your church, whatever it is that you're wanting to align in greater, higher vibrational light. Feel free to call on me. My emails are below. I am a creative consultant. That's how I work, and I offer myself in alignment as my loyalties are with the Holy Creator and the systems of light. Those of you that are inspired to work with me will be through payment only. I'm not working for anybody if I'm not getting paid, because I've been giving unconditionally with no pay for the past 50 years. So now it's time for me to get paid, and I deserve it. So the links will be below, the information will be below, and I'm so grateful for all the donations and for all those that have been with me since day one. Miss Mooney, you've been with me since the very first day of KCOR, and I love you deeply, and I send you honor and respect. You're a beautiful divine feminine, and I'm inspiring you to get out there and show your leadership qualities to your communities. They're showing me, Miss Mooney, that you will be moving this year, so get excited about where you're going to move, okay? Shake up your energy, get connected with different parts of the land, and just be ready as well that there's going to be that is going to be an expectation that people just be more fluid about the land and moving about the land, just having really excitement about being in the omnipresent field and exploring yourself in new ways. So that's really great. So we love you, dear lighted ones, and we're signing off. We wish you many love and blessings and rainbow hugs and rainbow tickles. Bye.